Hey y'all, it's Thomasina. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, thanks for tuning in. It is finally spring and it's warming up in New York City, and I decided I'm going through this whole life change ordeal where I want to completely change my style, which means I'm pretty much throwing away everything in my closet. When I first moved to New York, my style was kind of subpar. When compared to North Carolina, everybody in North Carolina thought I was this fashionable girl, but then when I came to New York, it was kind of just like, I need to step my game up, and so I'm completely revamping my wardrobe and tossing out everything that I feel doesn't fit the kind of style that I'm looking for. I'm really feeling the girly, sophisticated, classy, the kind of like rich girlfriend that doesn't lift a finger type vibe. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with all my clothes. Originally I was thinking, okay, maybe Depop, but in my opinion Depop charges way too much for you to sell your clothes. The fees and stuff are just crazy. And then I was gonna try Poshmark, but then taking pictures in the clothes and posting the clothes and all that, it was just too much work. So then I thought I can try to resell my clothes to the thrift stores in New York City. Now, you guys, I haven't been thrifting in New York yet, so I'm not sure like what the process is, but I'm gonna try, and hopefully they will take at least half of the items. The other stuff that they decide not to take, I'm just gonna toss it. Whatever, I'm not gonna miss it. Let's see if I can get some money for these clothes. I've pretty much bagged a lot of the items that I plan on attempting to resell. Most of these things are just outdated, not my style, or not the right size. Like these, I got these at a Adidas kind of like closeout sale in this big warehouse, and they were like 15 or so dollars, but they're a size too small. But of course I bought them anyway because they were $15. The same kind of happened with these really cute Steve Madden booties. I'm obsessed with these booties, you guys, but they're way too small. So during the pandemic, you know, all the stores were closed, including Macy's, and so once Macy's opened back up, they did this huge closeout sale to try to get rid of all the shoes that they couldn't sell while they were closed during the panorama. So they were selling these name brand shoes for like hella cheap, and I got these for maybe like $15 or $20 when they're originally going for like 70. So yeah, of course I bought them even though they were like 2 sizes too small, and I've worn them a couple of times, but yeah, I'm not trying to have any bunions on my toes, so we're gonna get rid of these too. And then I have these thigh-high boots that my legs are really skinny, and I just have trouble finding thigh-high boots that actually fit my legs. I tried to hang on to these for a while because they do have, you know, the adjustable strings in the bag, but ultimately they just look way too baggy on my legs, and ain't nobody got time for that. And yeah, I gotta get rid of these bad boys too for the same reason. So honestly, I definitely think that they will take like this kind of stuff because they're name brand and they're in pretty good condition. Like I've barely worn all of these shoes. Now the clothes, that's what I'm not so sure about. Most of these clothes are like from Shein or Zaful. I have some name brand stuff, like I have a Juicy Couture sweatsuit, but you guys, I've been wearing this sweatsuit literally since I was like 15, 14 years old. So this thing is hella worn out, and yeah, you can definitely tell. So I don't know if they'll take this one, but we'll see. So I'm gonna get on the internet and see what kind of information I can find about the process of trying to resell your clothes in New York City. So the first one I'm definitely going to try out is Buffalo Exchange. It's pretty much the most popular, I guess, thrift store in New York City. It's the one that I hear about the most amongst like people my age. But they have different locations, so I'm just going to go to the Buffalo, how do you spell Buffalo? Buffalo Exchange. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick a random one and go to their website. Okay, so they have NoHo location, Williamsburg, Chelsea, East Village, Astoria, and Borum Hill. We're definitely gonna scratch out Astoria because ain't nobody going all the way over there. Alright, so I'm gonna go to how to sell. So with Buffalo Exchange, you have to schedule an appointment to come bring your clothes, so you can't walk in. So they ask you to limit your closet clean out to 50 items. I think I have less than 50 items, but I'll have to count to see. You have to clean your clothes before you bring them in, and you have to have a government issued ID, and they pay via PayPal or through a digital trade card, which just means store credit at Buffalo Exchange. So this seems pretty self-explanatory. So I'm gonna go ahead and book an appointment. Oh, thank God. So I called before I started recording, and the location that I called I think was in NoHo, and they were booked out for like 2 weeks. Thankfully, this one in Borum Hill looks like they have availability tomorrow, which is perfect. So they have I can't even talk. They have availability at 2, and then it just asks you to fill out your information. So pause while I do that. Alright, so I've officially scheduled my appointment for tomorrow at 2 p.m., which means that I have to wash all of these clothes tonight and pack them up all nice and cute so that I can get over there on time and in one piece tomorrow. Now, just in case Buffalo Exchange doesn't buy all of my stuff, I'm still gonna look up 2 more thrift type stores, I guess, to see if they buy used clothing, just so I can have a backup plan. And if those 2 don't work out, then again, we're just gonna toss the clothes. We're gonna just say where to sell your clothes NYC. Alright, there's a place called Crossroads Trading that has pretty decent reviews. Most of the reviews say that I go there to sell my clothing, so let's check it out. Now this one, Crossroads Trading, looks a little bit on the higher end, at least with Buffalo Exchange. Not everything there is name brand, but with Crossroads Trading, the first thing that I see is a Coach bag. With Crossroads Trading, it's pretty cool because you can come in person and right then and there they'll sort through your clothes and see what they're willing to purchase and what they don't want. Or you can drop off your items and then come back and pick up the stuff that they decided they don't want to buy. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call them because I don't think there's no option to like schedule an appointment, and I don't want to go all the way there if I can't. Let's try again. Okay, so none of their lines are working. The drop-off option seems like it would be the most logical for me. I can take my stuff to Buffalo Exchange, see what they want to buy there, and then take the stuff that they didn't want and take it to Crossroads Trading, drop it off there, and allow up to 72 hours for them to sort through and decide what they want, and then I would come back and pick up the items or opt out and just allow them to donate the items that they didn't want. But they just won't answer the phone.
Crossroads Manhattan, this is Tandi.
Hi Tandi, I was calling to see if I would be able to come drop off items tomorrow.
Yeah, so for drop-offs without appointments, the turnaround time for your prices are going to be around 2 days. But if you want to make an appointment, we can do a live buy and get you your prices right then and there.
Oh, perfect. Do you have any availability tomorrow for an appointment?
It looks like we're all booked until Thursday at 3:30.
So can I drop them off tomorrow and then you guys will notify me when they're ready to be picked up?
Yeah, it'll be around 2 days.
Okay, perfect. And the form that I need to complete out, I do it there or can I do it online?
Yeah, you do it here. All you need to bring is a government ID, and the people at the front will take care of everything else.
Alright, perfect. Thank you, Tandi. I'm just going to do those 2 because I don't want to be driving all over the city to drop off some clothes that are worth probably less than $50, because honestly, you guys, I'm not like a huge name brand person, so honestly I don't even think that they will accept or pay me for most of the stuff, but I'm just gonna try. If I can get a couple dollars out of it, it'll be a win-win, and then I'll just donate the rest. But I really just want to get rid of it because like I said, I am redoing my closet, and this is just gonna be like a part 1 of the closet clean out. This is just the stuff that I'm definitely not wearing now. I still have to go through my winter wardrobe, but because New York is still a little bit chilly randomly, like every other day, I still am wearing pieces of my winter wardrobe, and I don't want to toss them just yet. And then we're gonna completely redo my wardrobe, which I'm really excited about it because I be out here looking like a bum, and no more. I'm not having it. Now we are going to wash these clothes and pack them up so that they're good and ready to go for tomorrow. Hey y'all, it is the next day. I am going to call a Lyft because I'm not lugging all these bags on the subway, and I'm gonna head to Buffalo Exchange first, see what items they'll take. My appointment is at 2, and then I'm going to head to I forgot the name of it, but I showed you guys in the video, so I'm gonna head to that place second and just drop off my stuff there. Alright guys, so I'm finally here. It's just this cute little shop. She's just finishing up with one person over there, so I'm just gonna walk around and shop a little bit until it's my turn. Alright guys, so I actually was not even allowed to film in the store, but I had filmed anyway because I didn't know. But then I asked her, I was like, do you mind if I film? And she was like, actually, you're not allowed. So I didn't get to film the process, but they were super, super nice and personable in the store. She did take a couple of my items, and I came out at about $53 in cash. Had I taken the store credit, it would have been like $100 and something. But honestly, I didn't see a lot of things in there that I would actually purchase for myself, considering I'm like revamping my entire wardrobe. The things in the store didn't really fit the idea that I'm going for this new and improved style. I didn't take the store credit just because I don't think that I will be shopping in there anytime soon. The items weren't bad looking, they just were not my style, and the few dresses that I did like weren't my size. And the shoes, I didn't really like the shoes that they had in there, so I guess it's just like a very like particular style that they're going for. But it was not necessarily crowded, but there was definitely a lot of traffic in the store, so people definitely appreciate Buffalo Exchange and the style and the aesthetic that they're going for. All in all, a great experience. I have the bag of stuff that they decided not to take, and I just called the Crossroads thrift store just to kind of get an idea of what items they're accepting now. They're mostly accepting like spring items, and I did have a lot of like sweatsuits and turtlenecks in my bag, which is why Buffalo Exchange didn't take them. So I called in advance because I don't want to lug this bag all the way across the city to drop it off. But there are a couple of items that I do think that they are likely to take, so I'm going to take those items, and then the rest of these items I'm actually going to take back into Buffalo Exchange just to donate them. So recommendations for reselling your items here in the city: it's best to do it while it's in season. You're more likely to have the store buy your items if it's for the current season, if that makes sense. So my closet, most of my closet clean out was like winter clothes, so of course they weren't likely to buy the winter clothes now because it's spring. So just take that into consideration when you're dropping off clothes. Just got to Crossroads. I'm not going to record inside because again, I don't think I'm allowed to, but let's see what they'll take. So it was a really quick process. They just had me put my items that I had in one of their bags, and then I had to fill out a form. I really liked that store. The items that they were selling were more my speed. They even had some Chanel shoes in there. They had some Gucci shoes in there. So I think that one, Crossroads thrift shop, is more so like higher end designer if you're into that kind of thing. So ultimately, the thrift stores in New York City are just so expensive. Like compared to North Carolina, you can get a pair of jeans for like $3, but here it's literally like retail prices. So I don't think that I'll be doing any shopping at these consignment shops. $2.99. I know these pizzas better be $1 a slice. So good. Because it's warm outside, literally everybody is out and about in the city, and it's almost overwhelming the amount of people that are outside right now, but I'm happy that everybody's out enjoying the sun and the good weather. Alright guys, so as you can see, the process is really cut and dry. It's really not that difficult to resell your clothes here in the city. However, you want to make sure your things are on trend and in season. So again, if we're in spring, you want to make sure you are trying to sell more spring items, and then the same for like fall, winter, summer, etc. What I do appreciate here is that they're not that big on brands, and by that I mean they're more so taking into consideration, again, what's trending right now, what are people wearing, and the, I guess, quality and wear and tear of the item. So it's something, if it's something that looks really worn, of course they're not going to take it regardless of the brand, but if it's in good good condition and lightly worn and it's trending, it's in style, and they think that they can resell it, then they're gonna buy it from you. So I guess I will find out on Thursday or Friday whether or not Crossroads decided to buy any of my items. If not, like I said before, I'll have to go back to the store and pick up my items or just have it donated. I'm a pretty frugal person, and when it comes to fashion, I'm becoming even more frugal because now I recognize that there are so many places where you can get clothes for cheap and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg for your clothing. As far as Buffalo Exchange and Crossroads, the two places that I went to today, I personally feel like a lot of their items are a little bit too expensive for secondhand shopping. So I would rather purchase something like on Shein that's brand new, or go to a thrift store or a Goodwill in either New York City or North Carolina where you can actually find quality items for way cheaper than what they're selling them at these consignment stores, or I guess thrift stores. I don't know what you would call them. I'm gonna make a separate video about actually thrifting in New York City, so if you're interested in that, please stay tuned. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If you're trying to figure out how to resell your clothes in New York City, there are so many different options. You just have to do a little bit of background research first. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video, and I will catch you in the next one.